Hello everyone, Alexman here, and welcome back to another session of the Legend of Zelda Four Swords Adventures. Last time we took care of Death Mountain and level 3 and 4, which was, Death Mountain and near the fields of Hyrule Field. And now we're going to tackle level 5, which is the Dark World. And unfortunately, to a glitch, it kind of went into like the second area without with a pause. So that's why you see the glowing lights on the top right there. But we're gonna go into level 1 with the Lost Woods. Let's go. Now, the Lost Woods has been turned into now. Unfortunately, I don't get the introduction here, but the Light Fairy would have told us about a certain dark mirror. And her Forest of Light, which is what this really was called, has now been turned into the Forest of Darkness, the Forest of Night, or technically the Skull Woods in its own right. So, but in this world is coded. The Lost Woods isn't so very lost, as it were. As also the fact that it makes recordings, freeze on the occasion. But I digress. But in the Lost Woods, we need to find our. We need to find a way through. Like so. We get our 200 force gems right off the bat here. We just gotta watch out for these choo-choos. What we need to do first to get through this world is to basically find an item that allows us to jump. Unfortunately, we're going to have to deal with a shadow fight here with Wizrobes. The Lost Woods is not that kind of lost. It may look like it, but it really is not that hard. In fact, this is probably one of the easiest of the Lost Woods to beat. We just gotta take care of the Wizrobes here. Just like that, and we get ourselves our key. We come in here, and we can drop into this place. And let's grab our Rock's Feather. Again, you can get the Pegasus Boots if you choose. Unfortunately, the Pegasus Boots can't go over pits unless they're level 2. So unfortunately, we're going to have to use the Rock's Feather to jump over that gap we saw earlier. Jump over this way. Am I actually going to be bothered by you, Shadow Link? I am going to be bothered. You're just going to jump away. I'll just let you hop to your heart's content while I grab these Force Gems. And grabs our Moon Pearls. It's actually our only time we're actually going to get the Moon Pearl in this stage. Grab this thing here. I'll just let you hop. Hehehe. Let him have his fun. Let him be happy. Let's head back over here. We have a Dark World piece here. What do you gotta say? Everything's going swell lately, and we have Ganon, the King of Darkness, to thank. Huh? Vadi? What's that? No, Vadi's old news. Ganon's the King of Darkness. Forget Vadi. And yeah, again, this is well, to be fair, I would say this is probably, again, this is what I call the new Super Mario Brothers of Zelda games, where you have to have the standard main villain, Ganon, has to be in the game somehow. And this level spoils him, because again, at this point, it's only been known of Shadow Link and Vadi who has been causing havoc. But when you get into World 5, well, that's where everything starts to just fall apart. Because now at this point, Ganon's now running about, but you haven't seen him at all. So you kind of question if he's actually truly alive or not. But, the Dekus here are just causing havoc because, yeah, Ganon released us in this forest here, and we're good to go, And it's like why spoil the Ganon? Why spoil him? Because you all knows that means that this time it's actually going to be that we're going to actually have to fight Ganon at some point at the end of the game. You know that, right? Because again, Ganon is the Bowser of the Zelda series. He has to show up in some way, shape, or form, which to me is I don't feel like that should have needed. I don't think Ganon needs to be in this game. I didn't think so, because the Four Swords games up to this point have only been allowed to have Vadi as being the main bad guy. And I, for one, would love to have more villains to be, other than having the, being hijacked by Ganon. I don't think a Zelda game needs to have Ganon as the main villain. I think you could have something different. I think so anyway. To be honest. Are you lost? Yeah, you'll be lost forever. Oh yeah? Well, I'll burn the forest down. There won't be the forest of darkness anymore. I'll burn the entire forest to the ground, and just so that your curse, that the recording curse does not hit me ever again in this place. I don't like this. Yeah, I burn everything to the ground. Anyway, forest gems are playing these chests here. Another chest upon us, and we get a heart container, which is great. And we come into here. We find that there are water and oil pots. Make note of these for later, as there is a side quest we have to deal with in order to actually, continue on with the stage, which is over here. Over here, down off to the left and down to the right. You find this little place here. We're busy getting rid of those things for the bad for Deku scrubs. This is the dumping ground. No one's allowed here except for magical creatures. We go into this warp point here for the dark world. You're not a Deku scrub, so why are you even here? Want to help? Yes? Oh, cool. That's a big help. I was in deep trouble because someone were not enough Deku scrubs. Now, where are you the ones going to help? I see. Just you, huh? Jeez, I got like 50 guys help me, I'm just saying you should have a helper or 2 or 3. Oh, whatever. Come on, let's get started. You ready? I'm gonna name 3 items, and I want you to remember each of them. I ain't gonna repeat myself. Which you will, actually, if you keep talking to them. You go in the woods, nab them, and bring them back. And in order, you hear? Oh, it actually does change. Okay, so we got water jar, oil pot, and grass. Well, that's easy enough. And I'll tell you this right now, folks. This is randomized. So we got water jar, oil jar, and grass. And you gotta get them in the exact same order, so we got water, oil, and grass. You bring those things in the same order like that, and we'll get it. In a failed recording, as well as previous playthroughs, those are randomized. So bear that in mind. So we just gotta grab our 2 items here. We saw the water and oil jars here, so let's get the water jar first. Young Link, get that one. Blue Link, grab this. There we go. Now we'll go get some grass. That's in the dumping ground, and we're good to go. Run, run, run before I get the bees! Not the bees! Please, not the bees. It's probably what froze my recording software. Freeze my recording software earlier. Now let's get the water jar to this guy here. Now, my initial playthrough of this was that you had to go in the dark world to give it to him, but no, you have to give him to this Deku Crab, Deku Scrub, not Deku Crab, up here. And make sure you actually are hitting it or have the prompt to actually talk, because if you hit the A button, you might accidentally throw it. Originally, I thought you had to go into the dark world to give it to him, but I found out how bombs couldn't transfer through the portal very easily without blowing up. So you have to take him to the guy front top light world, and then you can come back down here and get your item for yourself here. You're not bad yourself. Look, the job's done. Hold on, I'm going to give you a special reward. It's a power bracelet. Put this thing on, and you can move them. You're the mightiest of things. Yeah, and we got ourselves our power bracelet for the level. Now we can lift anything we want, which is nice and pretty. So now with this gem in place, we can now lift the mightiest of trees. So again, lift as many trees as you want, and tell Tingle that they're not yours, or not his. And be careful when you throw these trees, because again, the force gems could technically go off screen where you can't hit them, and Tingle gets them for this picking, which is not fun. Let's light this on fire. Dun, 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 dun. Might as well light everything on fire. Everything on fire! Burn the forest down! Maiden. I know, Lightmane, I know you like your forest and all, but in order to basically cure its darkness, it's going to have to go up in flames. Like this switch right here, and you can get lots of force gems for your trouble, which is nice and grateful, because you should get over 2,000 force gems by this point alone. Come down here, find an alternate cave that gets us 50 force gems, which is not bad in the slightest. We're off. When we come up this hole here, we can actually get ourselves a bow and arrow. You want to get this now because, yeah, we're gonna. There's actually a boss fight in this place. It's not much of a boss fight, to be fair. It is Goma after all, but there's a different type of Goma. Yes, these are Gomas here, but there's a one that's gonna come up right after this room that we're in right now. Watch. Now we got ourselves our 2,000 force gems. Our bows can be more powerful. Careful the trees there. Those got bees in it. And here's our next boss. This is the main Goma enemy here. You can tell she's more deadly because she's shooting out fireballs at you. Come on, open up your eye. It is probably best to be just in a single link format because, again, you don't want to get hit by the fireballs of her, and she goes down in 3 hits. Not much of a boss fight for Goma. Goma has gotten weaker over the years. Who knows? Firstly, before we open that chest, lift up these logs, chuck it over. We want to get red link grab here, and we get ourselves a key for our shovel. This is the key where we can actually get a shovel, because the Dekus have actually hidden a shovel for us to get out of this forest. And so we need, in order to get ourselves out of this forest, we're going to have to lift this and go somewhere decent. Come on now, let's go. We come up here. Yeah, the red link, stop using the key for your trouble, for your own good. Come on, baby. Take care of these guys here. Shadow Link. Yeah. Oh, cool. And that opens up. Well, let's grab the key firstly. Red Link, go in there and see what dangers lie ahead. Oh. It's our Great Fairy. Cool, there's our Great Fairy. You got a level 2 bow, it shoots 3 arrows in a row with blazing speed. But we've used up our usefulness for the bow at this point. But we do need a... But if you want to have an easier time digging for holes, powering up your shovel that we're going to get in this stage is the one way to doing it. So, we have this way. Where the heck did that Decky go? That slacker should be helping out once out here in a while. Soon Lord Ganon's power will change all of Hyrule's woods into Lost Woods. Once that happens, we'll be able to travel freely. Wee, I locked up the shovel and hit the key to keep from strangers from finding it. What am I holding in my hand? Oh, that must be an alternate key. That must be the round key. Whatever. I'm not gonna bother you. Make sure that all who enter the forest remain here. Lord Ganon's orders. And again, I don't like the idea that Ganon has been spoiled as the final boss. I mean, I know I said this earlier. I've said it earlier in the stage, but you don't need Ganon to be the final boss of the Zelda game. If Link's Awakening has showed me anything, as well as the separate endings for both the Oracle games and the original, Minish Cap and the Four Swords game on the GBA, you don't need to have, Ganon as the final boss. I think in this room here is where we actually need to go to get to where that hole is. Now you can power up your shovel to have a signal tell you where it is, but at this point you can just find it easily right there. And I don't think that hole is random. I think that's a stationary hole. And you come up this way, and it's Shadow Link. You guys again? Have a bomb to the face! What we need to do is need to find a hole and go into it. Right there, I actually got lucky, to be honest. But most often now you're looking for more holes. And that's it. That's the Lost Woods. Pretty easy, not gonna lie. Well, it's much easier now that I had to reset myself, but I digress. Let's get out of the Forest Fairies and let's get out of here. We're seeing a village in the distance. Let's go and find it and see what it lies inside. Booyah!